Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. If you're new, welcome. My name is Ashley and I'm homeschooling mom of 4, and I've been homeschooling, wrapping up my 6th year, heading into my 7th. And today I am going to be showing you guys how we do morning basket in our homeschool. Morning basket is kind of one of those buzzword type things you hear a lot about when you start homeschooling. And if you're new to homeschooling, you might be overwhelmed or not really understand what that even is. So my intention behind my channel and everything I share on homeschooling is to show you guys how it can be done simply and practically and still be a wonderful, amazing experience. It doesn't have to be complicated and difficult, and morning basket is one of those things as well. So that's what we're gonna go through. My kids are eating breakfast. That's what you just heard, the toaster, going through doing their chores, but we start every day at our table, our dining room table right here. Now, you can do morning basket in the afternoon, you can call it afternoon basket, you can do it on your couch, you can do it at your table, you can do it on the floor, you can do it on your bed, you can do it in the backyard, you can do it wherever you want to do it. That's the beauty of homeschooling, is you get to decide how you want to do things. For us, and the ages my kids are, which are almost 14, 13, 10, and 9, we sit at the table. It just works out best. But we have done morning basket on the couch as well. So you can do it wherever you want to do it. So we start our homeschool day here at the table every single day. And today I'm going to take you guys through it and explain why we do morning basket in our homeschool, the value of it to us, and the way that we do things. Of course, there's a million other ways to do it, but this is just how we do it. And I want to thank today's video sponsor. It is the Land of Storybooks. And you guys, I'm really excited to share this with you. It's sitting right back there as a part of our morning basket today. So like I mentioned, today's video is sponsored by the Land of Storybooks. If you guys have never heard of them, let me tell you a little bit about them. So this company was started by a homeschooling mom named Heather, and she is a second-generation homeschooler herself, meaning she was homeschooled and now she homeschools her kids. And I am always fascinated by homeschooling parents who are homeschooled. I just think it's so cool. So she started this company this year, the Land of Storybooks, and this is a literature-based subscription box. And I get opportunities all the time to share subscription boxes with you guys, but I'm very picky about the ones that I share. And I was so excited to receive the Land of Storybooks, not only because of who creates it, and I love supporting other homeschooling moms who also work, but again, a second-generation homeschooler, I just think that it's really cool. So these subscription boxes are literature-based, and they emphasize what is valuable to me in literature, which is things that are good and true and family culture. This is just a time to come together with your kids, with your family, no matter the ages of your kids, although the boxes I believe are recommended for ages 6 through 12. But again, I don't really follow any of those things. So it comes with a book, which I'm gonna show you guys, and then book themed crafts, enough for 2 kids. It comes with a really cool letter, and it just really immerses you into the story that is chosen, which is carefully chosen based on really, really, really strict criteria that Heather has set for herself, and her company. So I really wanted to share them with you guys. So inside you get everything you need to do it all, and it's all in here, as you guys can see. It comes with a little letter that takes your kids into the story, which I am going to read with my kids. And then as you open the box, there is your adventure guide that comes in there. There's the book that comes in it. And then there's the crafts in here, like I said, enough for 4 kids to do, and all the supplies that you need. So this is meant to, again, just foster family connection, a love of reading, and I thought it would be perfect to share with you in my morning basket video, because that is the reason why we do a morning basket. It's to foster family connection and to read aloud to our kids and no matter the ages, no matter what's going on, we start our day connecting as a family, reading the Bible, reading scripture, and we go through a huge variety of topics and subjects, which you guys can see through my book stack today. But the beauty of a morning basket is you don't have to do it every single day, the same exact books. You can kind of cycle through things. So you're touching on things, not every day, but you're touching on more subjects than if you didn't do it this way. So this is what I like to do. And then anytime we have a craft, we do it together as a family in our morning time. And you guys know I'm always reading aloud to my kids. So we are reading The Wind in the Willows, which is the book that goes with the Land of Storybooks subscription. So I wanted to share it with you guys because I love what she's created, and I just think like the boxes are super cute and sweet. Like, look at the little graphics, it's adorable. So if you guys want to check out the Land of Storybooks, I will have a link down in my description box for you guys to go check it out. I really encourage you to do it sooner than later. Here's why. You have to complete your order for the next month's box by the 25th of the previous month. So that means if you want to get April's box, you have to be signed up by March 25th. So all the orders have to be done by the 25th, the month previous, to be on to the next month. And she has posted a hint on her Instagram, which I'll also link down below, of what the month or the book, the theme is going to be for April. So head over to her Instagram, see if you guys can figure out what book is next for her. And again, if you want to get one, you need to complete your order by March 25th to get April's box. And I really encourage you guys to do it. I think you'll really love it in your homeschool. Add it to your morning basket, do it, have it come over the summertime just as something fun for your kids. I think you guys will really, really, really like it. So go check out the Land of Storybooks, and thank you so much for partnering with me on today's video. For our morning basket, we're gonna go through our character trait and Bible verse this week. We touch on that. We read a page or two out of this book, Marvels of Creation. We read a question in the Answers for Kids series. We read an answer to the tough questions. We read a chapter in our missionary story. We read a page or two in this book, which is fantastic. We read a nature poem, and then we are going to read our book from Land of Stories and do the craft. Every day is not the same. For example, tomorrow I will switch out our missionary story with another read aloud we're doing, and I will add in our science, and then the day after that I might switch it out again, bring back the missionary story, and do a history lesson. So that is the beauty of a morning basket. If there's books you want to read to your kids, you can just create a cart. I did a whole video on my morning cart. I used to have a basket, but all my stuff doesn't fit in there anymore, so now we have a cart. You can fill it with whatever you want, music study, art study, whatever is important to you, and then each day you can just cycle through some different things, touching on those subjects and topics, you know, a couple times a week versus never at all, just because you're focused on one thing. So there's a lot of advantages to it, but the reason why we do it is just because I love to start our homeschool day all together around the table with all of my kids. It's time in my life that I know I will never feel like I wasted, and I think it's really important to start my day off in that way with all of my kids around the table. So another thing I get asked all the time when I share about morning basket or morning cart is, does it feel disjointed to read from so many books? And my opinion is no, it does not. There's a nice flow to reading from different books. It holds my kids' interest because I'm only reading a few pages from each book every day versus like 20 pages at a time. And all of our books relate to each other, if you will. So, you know, they're all biblically, well, these ones are all Bible related topics, so it's not difficult to flow from one book to another. And then, you know, after we're reading God's truth and his word, then we move on to a missionary story, which is someone who was living courageously for the Lord, and so that flows nicely. And then after we read about God and how incredible he is, then we move on to our nature poems, and God created nature and beauty for us. And so there's a flow to everything that we do, and I do not feel like it's disjointed, but again, that's just my opinion. But I wanted to answer that commonly asked question in this video as well. Is love, joy, peace?
Spirit is
Love.
Wait, is that a sentence?
Nope. Joy. There's more. How many fruits of the Spirit are there? Here's a hint. Each of these are focused on a different fruit of the Spirit.
Is there like
6.
10? 10, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Dang.
Oh, so.
Joy.
Peace. Forgiveness, kindness, types of knowledge through experiments and observable, testable, repeatable, and falsifiable. Scientists, Christian or secular, on the other hand, do make interpretations, statements, and declarations of what they believe to be true. In reality, there is no conflict between real, observable, repeatable science and the Bible. Most people don't realize that Bible-believing Christians, most of whom believed in a young earth, started most branches of modern-day science. Johannes Kepler, one of the founders of astronomy, said science was thinking God's thoughts after him. Because we learned that astronomy is one of the oldest, types of science. And this makes good or loose the belt of Orion. That's from the book of Job. The definition of a planet was recently changed. Because of this change, the previous count of 9 planets was changed to 8. Pluto is no longer considered a planet. According to the new definition, a planet must be massive enough to be nearly round, in orbit around the sun, and have control of its surroundings. For example, the moons, the rings, and everything that revolves around it. By this definition, there are only 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Although Pluto used to be considered the smallest planet,
Red kangaroo's largest marsupial. It lives exclusively throughout inland Australia and in grasslands, shrublands, and salt plains. Both sexes have black markings on the side of their muzzles. The male is red
here, and here, and then lighter the farther you get away from the equator on both ends, because the sun and the climate there, the people that live there are not exposed to as many ultraviolet rays. See? Spring is coming. Birdies, build your nest. Weave together straw and feather, doing each your best. Spring is coming, flowers are coming too. Pansies, lilies, daffodils now are coming through. Spring is coming, all around is fair. Shimmer and quiver on the river, joy is everywhere.
Oh, I love the spring weather. Doesn't feel like winter. Feels like spring.
Right now?
And I like it that way.
Yep, trees are starting to bloom.
Did you see that particular an area directly east of Araujo, Aka territory? Some might have said it was a coincidence that the men were there together, but not Jim Elliot. Jim held a strong conviction that God's hand had moved to bring the men in that room together at this time. Johnny Keenan had been
As the men contemplated the challenge before them, Nate Saint reminded Jim of something. Nate's sister Rachel, a missionary from Wycliffe Bible Translators, was working to gain an understanding.
The man was running backward and forward, although he did not appear to be attempting to scurry out of view. Within seconds he was joined by 2 other Aka men, and the 3 of them ran around together. Ed pointed to them while Nate craned to see them over the instrument panel. The two missionaries had decided that this was the right place to make the gift drop.
So now that we have finished all the rest of our morning time, we will move on to our read aloud. And I wanted to quickly show you guys what is inside the adventure guide from the Land of Storybooks. So there's a bookmark that can be cut out to place inside your book. It shows you a picture of the crafts, like the completed version, and the step-by-step instructions are in here. And they're always themed to go with the book, which is really cute. There is a little copywork section that is taken from a piece of the book, so you could use this for your kids, which I think is really fun. There is a scavenger hunt. If it says up at the top, if you have restless listeners, this can kind of keep them more engaged. Then there's discussion questions, which is awesome to make sure that they're understanding things. It shows you a family activity for cultivating goodness that is really cute. And then one of the things that I love the most is the service project that they include in the booklet. So all of that goodness can come from one awesome book. And so you guys should definitely check out the Land of Storybooks. We obviously are not going to be doing every single thing that is in the adventure guide today. We're going to do the craft, and then we're going to also obviously cut out the bookmark and then do probably that copywork section. So that's what we're going to do today. So you obviously would want to hang on to that and do as much or as little as you like, but this will be a part of our morning time today. So we are going to get started with that. So boring, in fact, that home can feel like the last place we want to be. That is until something unexpected happens. Something like, well, I might as well just tell you the whole story. It was just the other day when we were feeling especially cooped up. It had been pouring rain for days and everything felt cold and gloomy. Why don't we play hide and seek, Lucy suggested. So we took turns counting and hiding for a while until Lucy decided to hide in Dad's home office. After what seemed like hours of trying to find her, all of a sudden she burst out.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you
We have one completed. Which character are you?
Mole.
Mole?
You're terrifying.
You look like a burglar.
Who are you?
The badger.
The badger. So cute. So that is going to be it for our morning time. We are headed upstairs now to work on our individual subjects. Thank you guys for watching a morning basket video. I will have a discount code and the link to the Land of Storybooks down below where you guys can get 15% off of the month-to-month subscription option. So be sure to go and check them out. I know you guys will really love them, and it'll be an easy way to add in some awesome fun to your morning basket or whenever you like to do it. So be sure to check out those links. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions for me about morning basket or morning time, post them down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video really soon. Bye guys.